Hi, this is Cheryl with Sea Spirit Tarot. It's been a while. It feels strange. Anyway, I have been so busy. I'm a cute follower, so I have been following the White House. I have been following spirituality that has caused me to question everything I've studied for the last 40 plus years. I have just been on a whole trip of exploration at the beach. Now they closed the beach because all the people who used to kept coming down to the beach. So now we can only go on the seawall. We can't go on the beach because I don't know how you're going to get coronavirus when the wind's blowing 25 miles an hour and it's the healthiest thing you can do is have your feet, grounding or earthing in the sand and the sun. But it's okay because there's much more to this than it seems. And I've been waiting for this since I was 25 years old. I mean, whether it's been from actual politics that I have been watching the hippie, the old hippie, or whether it's in Vedic books that I read about times of changing. And we're in a time of changing astrology. We're in a Luciferian, you could call it a Luciferian Archangel Michael. I don't know if that's actually, but I mean, we're in a battle for good and evil right now. And we and the earth are ascending. And we have this time where I believe we're sheltered in place to stay safe, not only from a rapidly spreading virus that is not as bad, but it's rapidly spreading. But while undercover things go on to take down those that are service to self and have repressed, and pedophiles and child trade and organ trade, and I just really pray I'm right. But I've been going through a lot of weird things too. Some days I'm just smooth and sometimes I have chills. I used to keep my house at 66. I've been keeping it like 72. I have restless nights where it's like the energies come in, and then I have nights where I have these most unbelievable lucid dreams, because we're much more, as you'll see in the first card, than we appear, or we have been told we are, or we have been aware we are, because outside forces, just like in that The Unfortunate Devil card, I should have pulled it out, it shows where we have been kept locked down below our solar plexus in the lower realms without being able to open our third eye and our crown chakras and ascend into the new timeline. And they're fighting to hold and dig a web, but the timelines have split and life will never be the same. Rocky ride out of Pisces of, what did I write down? Suffering. End of age of Pisces of suffering and suppression. Now coming into Christ consciousness, the age of Aquarius. This is what we came here to do. We signed up for this journey. But we gave up our power and made fear contracts. So it's a spiritual evolution. Are you coming along? Anyway, I thought I would do a card draw. That's the stuff that's been in my head. I am so excited. I'm basically about to fly out of my skin. I am so high with the vibratory rate and the promise of what the future will bring. So I'm going to do a Wonder Woman spread for the general consciousness, because this is a global event. And I chose Persephone. It's that time of year, isn't it, when she comes out of the darkness, out of the suppression. And I have a green Kali Mu, which is actually what we're in from this new system. I've been studying the spiritual, I'll just blow your head. Ascension spirituality, or mathematics. But I chose Kali, endings and beginnings. Okay, Darlene, or what's your name? Doreen. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Blue. Speak. Lotus. Which hand is she holding? She's holding her left hand, the receiving hand. And in her receiving hand, she is receiving a lotus. In the secrets and the shadows of the moon. So, the first question is, what is your intuition telling you? I'm using Deck of the Dead or Book of the Dead. Hanged Man. There's more. There's more to see. Change of consciousness. Taking off your head, losing that ego. Coming into the full being of who you are. Rising out of the muck. Enlightenment. We are all coming into enlightenment. Enlightenment. It's the buzzword of the day, it's the mantra, and it's happening. I drew 2 cards to clarify that. As we come into enlightenment, we got the 7 of Cups. You are a co-creator. You can create and choose through love anything that you want. And I was listening to a thing the other night about the law of 1. And they say, you know, if you're 51% good, 51% good, you can make the jump. You can be 49% awful, but even just that 51% good. But we are co-creators, and we will create through love now. And who also came up with her for the clarifier, these 2 came as clarifiers, is the Queen of Wands. Your soul source being the fire within. The rise of the feminine. I just thought that was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. What do you need to protect? Another major arcana came up. A 6. The Lovers. We need to protect integrally who we are. Our united being. But what we need to protect is our heart. But we don't need to protect it. We need to open it and look at it. Silver, silver. We're going to a whole new system of gold and silver. Silver, I think silver is very protective. I wear silver for protection. Your heart, the key. You need to protect that key to your heart. It's going to come down and open up your heart. So you have every choice imaginable. Who knows, in a few years we may be driving hovercrafts. The world will never be the same. What do you need to sacrifice? I got the 5 of Wands. And my first hit on this, 5 is change, right? Is play with matches, you're going to get burned. That's an old paradigm dogma. It's time to change. Make the change. Have no fear. The light is near. What are you aiming for? These cards came out together. These 2 cards came out together. And it's interesting because this is a card I really... If I hadn't used this deck, I would have drawn this card to use for an example. This is the 4 of Pentacles. Getting it together, balancing it out. But, just like I talk about this... Oh, no, that was the death card I'm thinking of. So let me go back here. What are you aiming for? Aiming for a change in balance. Notice how she's helping him. They're helping. This is harmonious. This is not selfishness. You could call this receiving guidance from above, from your ancestor, from your higher self, from your oversoul. That's what we're striving for. A balanced 4 of Pentacles. 4 is a good, stable platform to step off of, to create. And the second card that came out is the Sun. The Sun. The Sun, when you become direct, contact, communication with your sun soul source, or your instructions from your oversoul. And I used, last time I had this card, I said something about singing and dancing, but yes, be happy. And know that music is frequency, it's all frequency. And there's so much stuff going on right now with the Schumann resonance, and all of these meditation groups that you could almost tell on them by the hour when they were done on spikes of the Schumann resonance. As within, so without. As we are inside is what we reflect out. So now is the time to show your divine, to be your divine with Creator, and balance out. Because if you raise your own frequency, the frequencies around you will raise, of all of society. How can you deflect negativity? The Wheel of Fortune. This is the time to set your Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is a shift of the ages. This is a Luciferian battle. This is an ascension of the planet. This is going into your photon light bodies, or photons in your chromosomes. I mean, there's going to be so many that have such a hard time. And those people are just cannot believe what they are seeing and feeling, and having trouble coordinating what they're feeling with what they're seeing. So to deflect negativity, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Keep it moving. Do your spiritual practices. Go for a run. Ride your bike. Do yoga. I guess you can't go to the gym, but you can if you have one at home. Spend time in reflecting, because you see in the middle of this wheel is the hourglass. And the whole point is not to be on the outside of the wheel. The point is to be centered in the Wheel of Fortune. And therefore, it is balanced. And that falling off the wheel and stuff is no more. Now the other cards I have out here, God, I miss being on. It's so hard to get on. Even though I know it's what my oversoul, whatever, my higher self told me I had to do, but I've been slouching, but I've been studying some amazing stuff. So the cards I have chosen, I have 3 more cards to pull up. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Remember, this is an experience. It's not a timeline by time. It's a timeline, it's a time of experience. I am that I am. I allow with grace and ease, just as Persephone is bringing us into the sign of Aries, the I am sign, as spring comes. Unconditional love, Mary Magdalene. The answer is love. That is so corny, and it's gotten so... But you know, there's absolutely no spiritual teaching in the world that doesn't have at its center core, the center of its Wheel of Fortune, love. Love, your heart. It's time to put that key in your heart. Be aware. Be aware of what you feel. Know that everything you do for... Look, I got so excited to put my rings on before I did this. You do for all of humanity. Worldwide. This is your mission. You came here. People that are here now, we signed up for this. Ganesh, divinatory, promise of the future. It's a new age. It's a new world. You got time right now to quiet, listen. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, because if you weren't in this circuit, you wouldn't already be soulful and spiritual and already aware. But there's others that don't see this as the promise of a new future. It's probably most of us do. Even though we may see it through different things, I come through the ascension, someone else comes to the Northern tradition of the ruins, but the goal of love is the end goal. But it's a journey. It's a journey until we become back into whence we came and unite with the one. And my 1111 card that fell out when I shuffled, dimensional shift, doorway. I am experiencing a dimensional shift in consciousness. 1111. So that's my reading. That's not too bad. 16 minutes. Wonder Woman spread. I'm sure as soon as I get done with this, I will think of 50 more things I could interpret and tell you. But meanwhile, have a blessed evening. Keep the peace. Stay safe. Enjoy your home. Enjoy your children if they're there. Start looking at a way to make a new life. We are the ones we've been waiting for. This is what we've been wanting. Many blessings, many blessings. Happy galactic time here. Talk to you later.